digital watch will revert to analog. Stan, you're not old, you're old. You're fabulous and you're only as old as you think you are. Let's hear it for the wonderfully talented and very, very funny Mr. Stan Silliman!
And hi, people.
Hi.
My name is Stan.
Hi, Stan. Hi, Stan.
5'10", 170. And my microphone's not on. Oh, okay. I'm Stan, 5'10", 170, and my prostate is as big as a grapefruit. I'm not bragging. You don't brag about something like that. I have to ask my prostate for permission to sit down. When I go to the bathroom, I take a magazine with me to pee. I gotta have my prostate taken out. But then, what would I do for an opener? What would I do? Yeah, what would I do? Oh my, this part of the country is windmill crazy. Right? Windmill farms everywhere. Everywhere, windmill farms. I bet some people are getting fat off windmills. Huh, some? I don't know, they didn't have windmills when I was growing up. We had to kill our birds the old-fashioned way. With BB guns. No? We did. That's what we had to do. Some of you looking up here and say, hey, what's this male stripper-looking guy doing up here on a comedy stage? Yeah, you guessed it. When I was a little younger, a little harder, a little firmer, I used to be a male stripper in a troupe of Jewish male strippers, the Circumdales. We gave change. That was our motto. We gave change. We didn't do too much of a bump or a grind. We did more of a shrug and a what for. Real exciting dance group we had, yeah. I always liked, when the stripping gals gave me a nickname, they called me the Guitar Man because my G-string was flat. I always liked stripping for Chinese artists. That was fun. You strip off all your clothes, then you get them back cleaned and pressed. Calculator in the pocket, new pair of tennis shoes. It's all good, yeah? Oh, yeah. Here's one thing I can't figure out. I can't keep up with the Kardashians. No, you guys can do it? Some of you can do it, none of you can do it, right? You know who I'm talking about, the Kardashians, those Kardashian sisters? Kim, Khloe, Kourtney? You know what I mean there? All their names begin with a K, they call themselves the KKK sisters? Who knew that one day a group calling themselves KKK would be filled with black men? Who? Who knew that, yeah? Speaking of, did y'all read where they convicted this Klansman in Mississippi of a 41-year-old murder? Right after the conviction, all over Mississippi, burning crosses were at half-mast. Too much? Have you guys been to Branson? You know Branson? You go up to Branson sometime? I'm staying on the same subject there. Branson has a highway leading outside of Branson. You've seen it right there. The Branson has a highway sign up here. It's adopted by the KKK. Used to be blacktop, but they whited over it. It's sad.
True.
It's sad, you know, it's a sad kind of deal. Branson. They had a tornado hit Branson this year. You guys know all that deal, right? Tornado hits Branson on the 100th anniversary of the sinking of the Titanic. Tornado comes through and wipes out the Titanic Museum. I thought that was weird. I don't know if, you know, if God has a sense of humor. Something like that. Something like that. I guess I'm going to have to wash my car. I went out in the parking lot. Somebody had written on the back of it, I wish my girlfriend was this dirty. They had written on the back of that. So you know what I did? I crossed through the word was and wrote the word were in there. Because I'm a writer, I can't be driving around with bad grammar in my car. Just because some smartass doesn't know his subjunctives. Doesn't know his subjunctives, yeah. Mrs. Brawley would be upset with me if I didn't change that there. Some people remember her, Mrs. Brawley. I run the smartasses all the time. Like for Christmas, a guy sent me gift certificates for BJ's. Turns out to be a restaurant. He did. Do I have to jump off the stage and walk around among you guys? Is that what's going to have to happen? I don't walk very good. I mean, I could try to do that. I don't walk with a damn, really, is what's going on. I will show you how I walk in a little bit. You'll be disappointed. But you know who walks really well? Ninjas. Ninjas walk really, really good. You know, they walk very stealthily, you know, and they sneak up on you, but they're going to, right before they kill you. But they don't tell jokes worth a damn. You don't believe me on that deal? Okay, here's an example of a ninja joke teller. Two samurai walking by. See, I told you, they don't tell jokes worth a damn. They don't tell jokes worth a damn. Okay, I'm going to jump off the stage. I may need help getting back up. But I've been practicing now. I've been practicing for December 21st. No, get it. I've been practicing for December 21st because I live about 3 blocks away from a cemetery. And you guys know December 21st is Zombie Apocalypse Day.
Yeah.
You right there? So I've been practicing my zombie walks. It's not bad. It's, you know, I think what's going to happen when the zombies start coming down the street, I'll just get right in there with them. They won't recognize that I'm not a zombie. That's the plan. Even people from Duncan can do that. It's a good deal. Practice your zombie walk. Be ready for that stuff, you know? You know, and here's the stupid thing about the zombies. They think, some people think, actually wanting the apocalypse to come because they think they can adopt pet zombies. You guys follow that? I think it's the stupidest idea I ever heard. Pet zombies. You know, that they think there's a serum that they can make the zombies docile, you know, and adopt them. If somebody does that, I'm going to make fun of them. I'm going to make fun of their pet zombies. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make fun. I'm going to rank them. You know, because zombies, what are they? They're green, they're ugly, they're dumb, they're slow. I'm going to say things to them if they got a pet zombie. I said, your pet zombie is so slow, turtles use him for shade. Your pet zombie is so green, Al Gore gives him carbon credits. I would say, your pet zombie is so dumb, he's been munching on a mannequin. That's a dumb zombie. Your pet zombie is so ugly, Susan Boyle thinks he has a chance with him. That's just wrong. That's what I'm saying. That is just wrong. That's right there. Your little boy pet zombie is so hideous, Catholic priest won't fuck him. That is wrong, yes. That is terribly wrong.
Gordy, don't have a heart attack. CPR card's expired.
On my way over here, I came by an Air Force base called Tinkerfield. Now there's a Tinkerfield. Now there's a name for a military installation that should strike fear in the hearts of our enemies. Don't tinker with us, we won't tinker with you. I'm glad a few of you fuckers laughed. I live in West Norman. You don't know how far out of my way I drove just to tell you that, John. people from Midwest City, straighten them out to let them know that I had to go a long ways around to tell them that dang joke. I can do that. I can make fun of Oklahoma City because Oklahoma City has a sense of humor. You buy that? You people been to Oklahoma City, you know what I'm talking about? Been up on, if you ever been to Oklahoma City, go up to 24th and Classen in Oklahoma City. What they've got there is a big, giant milk bottle. That's where we put our pictures of missing fat kids. Are you with me on that? You're thinking about that. You're wrapping your head around the concept of missing fat kids. You're kind of thinking, you know, a missing fat kid, that's like a win-win. That's like a win-win. Because all his life, the fat kid had, in all his playground games, he could only play seek. Now he's hidden well enough to be missing. He's hidden well enough. I say, if you've got your face on the side of a milk carton, that's like being inducted in the Hide and Seek Hall of Fame for a fat kid. Some people say, well, that's kind of wrong, Silliman. That's just wrong because he could have been abducted. And I'm thinking, a fat kid? Abducted? Somebody has signed up for a lot of grocery bills. If he was abducted, he had to be really wanted. That's another win-win. Okay, did I lose the audience just then? That sounds like it might have happened there. Might have happened. I remember going to school here. We had a gym teacher, Jesse Towns. I don't know if anybody remembers that name. I say Woodward's a little, you know, people think Woodward's a really conservative town, but we had our lesbian gym teachers back in the 50s. And here was the odd thing: she actually taught. She was the coach for the boys basketball team, 8th grade. Jesse Towns was. And when I started writing sports articles, I kind of thought about her a little bit. One of my favorite subjects was a coach named Pokey Chapman. Anybody remember Pokey Chapman? Know who that name? Nobody knows Pokey Chapman? Pokey Chapman was the women's basketball coach. She was the women's basketball coach for the LSU Lady Tigers. She got fired for having sex with one of her players. You remember this, right? Some of you people have heard about that. She got fired for having sex with one of her players. I say, you know, I'm going to say that not every women's basketball coach is a lesbian. But in this case, they should have known by the names of her dogs. Muffy and Diver. They should have known. Muffy and Diver. They should have known. They should have known when she put in the new basketball floor. It was all tongue and groove. No studs. They should have known. I'll tell you how this was happening. She was having sex in her office. And so not to be, you know, kind of found out, they had to be kind of quick about it. So they'd like go in, lickety split, and they were out of there. They were out, yes. And that was the ironic part. Who knew that Pokey was into quickies? That's the ironic part. Actually, she got found out. She got turned in by one of her assistant coaches. It was, you know, one of her assistant coaches was also having an affair with Pokey. So it was like a love triangle. That's what it was. It was a lesbian love triangle. A lesbian love triangle. That's right. I was telling you that Oklahoma City has a sense of humor. Oklahoma City has a sense of humor, but one group of people thinks that Oklahoma City doesn't have a sense of humor, and that's people from Seattle. You follow that deal? Yeah. They think we stole their basketball team. People from Seattle think that. Which we did. We did steal their basketball team. But they think it's some kind of conspiracy. That we sent a guy named Bennett to go up to Seattle and bend them over and rape them out of their team. Like, hey Seattle, I got a space needle for you. How does this make your Puget sound? Is this grunge enough for you, Seattle? Is this grungy enough? Should we stick it up your Starbucks? But I tell people from Seattle, no. Oklahoma City has a sense of humor. And the way to prove it is, they just built a brand new building downtown Oklahoma City. Brand new building downtown, 850-foot building, Devon Tower. And Clay Bennett, Larry Nichols, this Devon Tower. Here's the thing about the Devon Tower. All the other buildings in Oklahoma City are like 300 to 500 foot tall. So this building kind of stands out like a sore thumb. Except from some angles, it looks a little bit less like a sore thumb. And what Clay Bennett and Larry Nichols have done, they are paying the pilots from Delta, they're paying the pilots from Delta that when they fly from Seattle to Miami or Seattle to Atlanta, they're paying them that when they go over Oklahoma City to drop down to about 5,000 feet. And then they're having the pilots come on the intercom, say, hey, attention people from Seattle. Look off to your left, you'll see the Chesapeake Arena. That's where your Seattle Supersonics are now playing. And just to the left of that, Clay Bennett says hi. Just to the left of that. Farrah Fawcett picked a bad time to die. She did, right? You know that. You know about that. Farrah Fawcett violated the #1 rule of celebrity deaths. Don't die when somebody more famous than you is getting ready to die. Here's what happened. Farrah Fawcett died. A few hours later, Michael Jackson kicks the bucket. He not only kicks the bucket, she deserved to be on the front page. She was our America's sweetheart. She was our fallen angel. But Michael Jackson dies and kicks her right in the ass. And she had anal cancer. That had to hurt. Ray Charles picked a bad time to die. Ray Charles violated the #2 rule of celebrity deaths. Don't die after somebody more famous than you had already died. Here's what's going. They had the Ronald Reagan funeral. It was going on for 4 or 5 days. Right in the middle of the Ronald Reagan funeral, Ray Charles dies. Ray Charles is on page 40. He doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. I thought the least they could do was at the Ronald Reagan funeral play Ray Charles' version of God Bless America. I thought they should have done that. Or what they could have done if they listened to me, they could have, if they listened to me to kind of celebrate the last 10 years of Reagan's life, they would have trip-lashed the coffin lid, spring-loaded the body, and then play a Ray Charles song. Hey, what'd I say? Hey, what'd I say? Hey, what'd I say? Hey. See, that's the body jumping up from the spring-loading here. Don Ho picked a bad time to die. Don Ho picked a bad time to die. Don Ho died. When Don Ho died, I don't know if you guys remember this, this was some years back. When Don Ho died, another Don named Imus made it where you couldn't talk about hoes. Are these two intellectual? Yeah, this is.